Neverending Chain by Dragon Translator. Chapter 133. A long-awaited reunion. It took a week and a half for the tear in Toothless's wing to fully heal. The youngling still did not quite understand why Toothless fighting that male had not been because he was keeping his mate safe, even after Gothi and Gida, through Astrid, explained. They understood the concept of Toothless being a nest protector. He had been that when they were in the Red Death's nest, after all. They just did not see why Toothless did not seek to court Moondust. All three had taken to watching their father whenever he interacted with the female Night Fury, and seemed to report their findings to Stoic. Hiccup knew what his father was doing, and knew he really should stop it, but even he could see Toothless surreptitiously watching Moondust as she moved through the village with Gida and her family, or when she joined in on some patrols. Hiccup knew his brother's intrigue with Moondust had grown over time, and he also knew his brother would not make any move due to a fear of reminding Moondust of what she had gone through. This knowledge caused Hiccup to turn a blind eye to his father's matchmaking schemes, and allowed Stoic and the younglings their fun. Sharpshot, to his credit, knew what was going on as well. He not only turned a blind eye, he played dumb whenever Toothless grasped about his boys dropping little hints about Moondust playing with them and telling them stories, and how they would love for her to do that all the time. Hints Hiccup and Sharpshot both knew Stoic had the boys rehearsing whenever Hiccup and Sharpshot took Toothless out on a walking patrol during his recovery. Hiccup was also happy that Firestorm, Sunchaser, and Endure made it a point to include Toothless's younglings in the games they played in the grassy area behind the chief's house. Pepper and Piper, now back living with the Zippleback Elder and his mate, joined them, as did Rockmoss. It also made Hiccup proud that the younglings included all of the young of the nest whenever they were all in the village, an occurrence that seemed to happen more often than not. Not that the village seemed to mind. Hiccup caught sight of many of the tribe playing with all the young whenever they were around, and it did not matter if the young actually lived in the village or not. Some human mothers even gathered several of the young together. Each human then ran the parents off with promises of keeping an eye on the young so that the parents could get some rest. Not all seemed pleased by the new young in the nest, or the fact that there was a relative moment of peace after all the celebrations, both for Snoggletalk and for the victory over the outcasts, and the feast for Toothless over killing Moondust's attacker. Boy! Hiccup looked up from the iron gronkle one-handed hammer he was forging. He frowned. I have a name, sir. Old Man Jorgensen sneered. Hiccup's eyes narrowed. The old man scoffed, but turned his gaze aside. Hiccup counted that as a win. I demand satisfaction. Hiccup blinked. For what? Your foul dragons broke me cart. What cart? That one that blasted lizard what slung the other one into. Oh, I see. Well, we'll get you a new cart, sir. Now, is there anything else you need? I must get back to work. That lizard needs to be punished, boy. I be warning you they ain't fit to live here. Shadowfire will face no punishment over this, Hiccup said. Your cart broke during a battle to defend the island and the tribe. It will be replaced, and that's all that will happen. Weak! I be advising you to ne'er finish that, Gobber said, moving into the blacksmith's stall and glaring at Old Man Jorgensen. Hiccup be here, and a right proper hero. Your days of belittling him be over. Least you wish to explain to the council why you see fit to insult the honour and courage of one what saved our entire tribe and ended the war. Bah! Me grandson, don't, Gobber stated, moving to stand right in front of the old man. Don't be saying Snotlout be the one to end the war. I be there. Every warrior in the tribe be there. We be knowing exactly who killed that beast. You best get on before your words run you into a situation you can't get out of. That tribe still be going to some of your builders, but they'd not be liking it if they knew you insulted their hero's honour. You wouldn't. You couldn't. Gobber just stared at the man. Hiccup saw his blood grandfather glare at the blacksmith before turning and walking away. Gobber turned. Hiccup rubbed the back of his neck. Thanks, he said. Fool be more delusional than that Nat Fury that tried to claim Toothless's mate. Wait, where be Dad's silly partner he is? He usually grumbling at me for that comment, and I half expected him to leap and send the old fool running. Hiccup started laughing. I think he decided to run through the forest to the cove because Dad was just there. Gobber cackled. Your father be getting it into his head to convince Toothless to court Moondust? Yes, Hiccup said. He even recruited Toothless's boys into helping him. Oh, this'll be too good. You and I should just sit back and be watching the show. Eh, lad? Hiccup grinned. Before either could make another comment or return to their workload, a calling chitter had them looking into the plaza. Hiccup tilted his head. The terror he had tasked with finding Pepper and Piper's flock hovered above the shore. He was accompanied by a pair of zibblebacks, who seemed to regard everything around them with a mix of fear and awe. Best you see about that, lad, Gobber said. Work be you when you be getting back. Hiccup smiled at his mentor and uncle, and scooted out into the plaza. The terror spied him and squawked. The small dragon landed and bowed. Hiccup noted the zibblebacks jerked and chittered, in what sounded like amazement and worry. Alpha of the nest, I have found young Pepper and Piper's parents. The terror said, Thank you, Hiccup said. You have done your task as asked, and exceeded my expectations. Welcome home. The terror rose into a seated position. He looked up at Hiccup. A head tilted. I can stay? If you wish. The terror gave a full body jerk. He fell to his belly, wings outstretched. Thank you, Alpha of the nest. I thought... Hiccup knelt. Please, stand. The terror jumped to his paws. Hiccup held out his hand and turned his gaze. He heard chitters from the terror and from the zibblebacks. Then he heard a shuffling of paws. He is giving you a choice, he heard Meatlug say, to touch him or not. Place your muzzle into his palm if you choose to let him. Our Alpha will never force his touch upon us. He respects us to make that decision on our own. Hiccup smiled when he felt warm scales press into his palm. He turned back, finding the terror staring at him with half-closed eyes, a common occurrence with this gesture. Given that Toothless and every dragon who had done this said they heard his alpha magic purring, Hiccup knew why. It still caught him off guard each time. Hiccup gently scratched the terror's head. The zibblebacks chittered again. It sounded questioningly. Yes, Moondust said, he will not mind you landing. He gives rest to all who cause no harm or insult to the nest. Hiccup looked up, though he did not stop scratching the terror's muzzle as the zibblebacks landed. 4 heads regarded him in silence. Then the one to the right, a blue-green one that seemed to have 1 blue head and 1 green head, turned both heads to Meatlug and chirped. Meatlug shifted around to look at Hiccup. He wishes to know where his daughter is, as the Tiny Fang assured him she was here. It's Pepper and Piper, Hiccup said. Can you tell him and then go get her and her guardians? Aye, my Alpha, Meatlug said before turning to the zibblebacks, and began speaking in the old tongue. Hiccup looked down at the terror. You earned a rest. Shortfuse has been awaiting your return. Shortfuse? The female terror from your flock that stayed. Flemmer, one of the tribe's farmers, suggested the name, and she liked it. If you want, we'll find a name for you as well. You don't have to, if you don't want to. It just keeps us silly humans straight on who is who. We are not blessed with noses that can tell individual scents, after all. You would let me choose? Of course, Hiccup said. All dragons of this nest have the choice to be named or not. I will never enslave any dragon or human. We don't... a male voice began. Hiccup looked up. The 2 zibblebacks stared down at him. All 4 heads regarded him with confusion. Understand, the green head of the zibbleback said. Our Alpha, the blue head added, said we were fools, the green head continued, to come here. That the human the Tiny Fang spoke of could not be trusted. Hiccup stood. The terror shifted to sit at his feet. I don't know what I've done to cause your Alpha to think so poorly of me personally. Hiccup said. But I do know why he believes humans cannot be trusted. This war caused so much damage. That's why my nest is trying to correct that. A loud, squealing squawk caused everyone to look up. Pepper and Piper, accompanied by Knowledge and Wisdom and Meatlug, landed. The Zippleback youngling rushed to her parents, earning coos and nuzzles from both. Pepper and Piper then rushed over and nuzzled Hiccup. You found, Pepper began. Them, Piper added. You promised, and you found them. Thank you, our Alpha. Hiccup blinked at Piper's last comment, but saw the moment it registered with her parents and swallowed hard. They did not appear happy. End of chapter. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed this one. So yes, that bit with Hiccup and Gobber was great. And Gobber just slamming down Old Man Jorgensen. Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. And Pepper and Piper's parents are here, so that'll be an interesting few chapters. Love it. And also Stoic recruiting Hiccup's nephews, Toothless's younglings, into pairing him up. My God, I love it. You might call it psychological harassment. I call it hilarious. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified for whenever I upload a new video. Have a good day, night, whatever time zone you're in. Bye, my guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I'll see you in another video. Take care.